Onegaishimasu, welcome back to Goju Ryu Karate Center. Today we're working on basics, working on the 4 main Goju Ryu stances. There are a lot of stances. We'll put those at the end of the video for those who are interested in the more intermediate and advanced stances. But we're going to be working on sanchin dachi, zenkutsudachi, shikodachi, neko dachi. It's important that these are fixed, that they're correct. It improves your posture, improves your form, and improves your muscle memory. A quick historical note. Jushin Funakoshi Sensei does say that stances are for beginners. The natural advanced student uses natural kamae. And what he means by this is that stances are the training wheels for real combat stances. You need to learn them so you can master them, and when you know how to master something, you can effectively break the rules. So each stance has a value in teaching you how to stand, how to fight, and how to better support your weight, depending on the situation. Claire, please show us your best sanchin stance and lifting. Okay, so you can see my face. So using Claire's lovely feet, you'll see that her toe is in line with her heel. Her heels will be slightly out and her toes will be in. So she's just going to slightly put her heels out. There we go. And her knees are bent forward, not knock-kneed. So a lot of students will think that their knees have to be inwards. No, this is long-term knee damage. Instead, she's pressing her weight forward over her knee. Her center of gravity is falling somewhere in the middle of her feet here. It needs to be correct because it's the foundation upon which your karate will be built. So from here we see one more time, correct stance, heel in line with toe, toes in, heels out. There's a dead straight line here and here. Incorrect issues we often see, stance too wide, so go wider than your hips. No, because it's impossible for her to block a kick. Too small, dinky stance. She's easy to knock off balance. I actually really like the stance. I think it's one of the most beautiful stances in karate. This stance is for speed and for going forward very quickly because you are loading that front leg while pushing your weight from the back leg forward. The weight distribution in this stance is critical in order for you to be able to move fast. This is designed to close the distance between you and an opponent. So, please, Claire. We're using masks for Claire's protection and mine. Hopefully you can still hear me with the mic. Behold her lovely stance. First thing, absolutely ramrod straight posture. No slouching, so often people will lean too far forward because their cores are weak. So bring the shoulders back. The next point I'd like to make, her knee is pressed forward over her toes. If she can see her toes, the stance is incorrect. So she goes too far back, lean, lazy and incorrect stance, and you'll see immediately her knee is collapsing to the inside instead of being forward and aligned. The reason I'm harping on about knee alignment is that this is cheaper than surgery. Fixing this now will lead to a long and prosperous karate career because it's not necessary to have 2 knee replacements to be a 5th dan. So the third point, this back leg is as straight as a ruler. It's strong. I actually will be able to bounce off of it. Nice, well done. So, it is also the correct width. Now, please turn and face the camera for me. Her stance is as wide as her hips. This way, she has strength to the side. Not as much because this stance is strong backwards and forwards. If it's too narrow, like she's on a tightrope, boop. And if it's too wide, now she can't move effectively. Try move. Got to drag that leg. It's not correctly aligned. So, to start, feet together. Open 1, 2. Hip width. Leg goes straight back. Bend that front knee forward. If I put my staff, if her knee's not forward enough, she brings her knee back because she's being lazy. She's not fully bending that knee. I should not be able to stab her foot. Yes, very nice. That back leg is straight, her back is straight, and final important detail, her knot of her belt is facing forward like a laser beam. If her hips are twisted towards me, now there's no power in the stance, and you see already the knee starts to lose form. So everything is forward, chin up, back straight. Lovely zenkutsudachi. This is what you're aiming for. Hi, thank you. Shikodachi. No one likes this stance, which is a pity, because this is the stance that really makes you strong. It is iconic. It's a huge part of Goju Ryu. If you look at Seiyunshin kata, this stance occurs throughout that kata, no kicking. Its message, well, one of the many messages I take from it, is to build strength and working with a low center of gravity. So, shikodachi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, straight down. Now, because form is better to demonstrate on someone else, and I can explain what I want, I'm going to bring Claire back. Okay, thank you. Shikodachi for me in front of the camera. Show them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half, down. Thank you, Claire, for your service. When you do the stance, please ensure your knees are pulled out and back, not... When doing the stance, please ensure your knees are pulled out and back, that they're not collapsing in, so laziness. So don't let them collapse in or forward. You'll see that her knee, sorry Claire, reveal your legs to YouTube. Her heel is in line with her knee, not wider. If it's too wide, because it's more comfortable, now they're not in line, and now the knee's going to start taking strain. So push back to the correct stance for me. Thank you. Her butt is about the same height as her knees at deepest. You'll often see older instructors, because of their hips and their age, look at this woman's endurance. Because of their age, they will have a higher stance. But if you are young and strong, the deeper, the better. Back straight, Claire. There we go. Okay, your turn. Back is dead straight. So Claire will demonstrate that my knees are back and open. To get this effect, tuck your bum in. Butt is in. If your butt is out, you lose structure immediately. So my back is straight. My knee and heel on a dead straight line. My toes are at a 45-degree angle. This is different. This is kibadachi. Shikodachi, not, I don't know how some people do it, penguin stance. That's why you don't do it. You lose form and structure immediately. Why do we like shikodachi? Claire? I'm going to take a move from one of my favorite bunkai. From here, we are literally fighting with our knee. Combined with the knee, 1, 2, or 1, 2. 1, 2. Nice and low. She's off balance. I'm still strong, and from here, nice and close. Neko dachi, also a famous Goju stance, and we'll see this throughout our kata. It's first introduced in Gekusai Dai-ni. Same principle. 1, 2, hip width, slide back for the demonstration, and down. All your weight, 90% of your weight's on the back leg, leaving the front leg free to kick. If Claire is doing cat stance correctly, all her weight is on the back leg, I'm able to place this egg under her heel. She's going to put her heel down, but the egg is not going to break. The minute she adjusts the weight ratio in this kata from 99% on there to even 5%, that egg is going to crack. And that's the kind of lightness of feeling I want you to aim for when doing cat stance. Because from here, she can immediately fire off that leg to kick. Kick. There we go. And she resets. Listen to what your sensei says. In some schools, the heel is very high. In some schools, it's about medium. And in some schools, it's just above the floor. Lower, lower, lower. It's about there. For us, the height of an egg is a good way to demonstrate it. For those of you who are still watching, thank you. We're now going to go into some bonus material. These stances are all part of Goju Ryu. I'm going to touch on them briefly. but I'm not going to go into them as much detail as I did on the other stances. Musubi-dachi, pizza, to teach the kids, we call it the pizza slice stance. Feet are in a V shape. From here, all Goju Ryu katas begin in yoi. Hei sukudachi, you know this from shishoshin. From seipai, we have the appearance of kokutsudachi, backwards long stance. The weight is going that way. Actually, let's do it just like the kata. From here, 1, 2. Then it shoots into a zenkutsudachi. Ben-sukudachi or kosadachi, crossover stance. You want that knee pushing into the back of the other knee. I always tell my students, imagine you're holding a 5 Rand coin between your legs, and when you unwind, the coin will drop right out. Haikodachi, parallel stance. Geksadai ich, lovely stance, natural relaxed stance. Also a kamae stance from here. And if you're doing one of the older sanchin, from here you're opening into haikodachi. That covers our stances for today. I hope you found this useful. Thank you for taking the time to watch. If you like what we do, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks to Claire for her help today, and please come say hello and bye-bye to the people. Thank you, Claire. Come back. And I just want to show all the karate girls, there's more than one of us. Stick with it and you too can be a black belt. Thank you very much for your time. Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. There we go.